Hey everyone, welcome to the start of week 5 in our Bible reading plan, and we're looking at the book of Luke, chapters 1 to 10. This section goes all the way back to the foretelling of the birth of Jesus and finishing off the week with Jesus going about his ministry on the way to Jerusalem. Some things along the way, we have Jesus being tempted by the devil, we're introduced to John the Baptist, the disciples, Mary and Martha, and we see things like Jesus feeding the 5,000. But I think one thing that's quite overwhelming throughout this week is we're really shown the power and the authority that Jesus has, being one with God and the Holy Spirit, whilst also being on earth as a human. Now in chapter 3, when he's baptized, we read about the heavens opening and the Holy Spirit coming down on him as God calls him his son. And he goes on to heal many people of things like fevers and leprosy and paralysis. And Luke places a lot of emphasis on the type of people that Jesus goes to as he does this and starts his ministry. Chapter 5, it reminds us that he didn't come to save the righteous, but to save the sinners, people like us. And we'll see that throughout this week. Jesus goes to the poor, the tax collectors, the widows, the people that are really the outsiders of society. And in doing so, he demonstrates to us how to treat people, to love our enemies and not to judge others. That's in chapter 6. And the parable of the Good Samaritan in chapter 10, showing us how to love God and love our neighbour. And I think this really keys in to our themes this year, being the difference and owning our walk. That we too as Christians are forgiven through Jesus. We have the same Holy Spirit in us. And so throughout these chapters we're really called to model Jesus and to reach out and be disciples to those around us. I mean, discipleship especially is really key in these chapters, so I encourage you, if you haven't watched it, the first live stream of this term talks about Luke chapter 5 and the first disciples. But yeah, so I encourage you guys, it's the same as every week, but really utilize the Gospels. It's such a valuable way to get to know God through Jesus' life, as we're called both to be in relationship with him and to be transformed to be more like him. So yeah, just get engaged, read a bit each day, pray about it, talk to your friends, your life group leaders about it, and yeah, I just trust that God will really speak to you through this week's reading. I hope you guys get a lot out of it. Have a good week.